The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the audio show.
Dre, I just want to tell you something. I've realized that I cannot argue too much a lot of this with a lot of people for whatever it is. I just give an opinion, an objective one, and then we just talk about it because we only can look on objective comments. In a sense, we talk about whatever else it is. Anne says something about ownership. I'm not quite certain what you're arguing, and we don't know the argument, right? The girls are asking for ownership, and they have not put in anything. That I think is what the argument is. And so the question to you is, why do they deserve ownership? What constitute them to deserve ownership at this point in time? Anywho, let's jump into it. Let's go.
So, what do y'all want to do?
I want to get this contract right. I guess we need to all get on the same page about what we really want.
Exactly, yeah.
So she wants the contract to be right. What's wrong with the contract? Because up to now, minute you are wrong with the contract. Don't hear what's wrong with the contract yet. All I'm hear is that, I'm gonna hear what, wrong with it.
I'm thinking we should demand 50%.
50?
50.
50%. So Amber is on this 50% kick where she wants 50% of everything that she does. So let me get this right. Wayne is supposed to take 100% of the risk, and he is supposed to give 50% to the ladies. Let me say it again. Wayne is supposed to take 100% of the risk. In other words, if it fails, he's 100% in the hole. The girls would win because they'd walk off with their fee, but they are still supposed to get 50% of the benefit. Okay.
I mean, why not? Are we not his equals? I mean, yes, he's bringing the money to the table, but we are bringing the talent and the beauty and the brains.
Do you see now why I said what we said? And that's what we've been saying. We're saying what we're saying because there is no value. Beauty, brains, you think is only 5 women in the world. In the entire world of what, 8 billion people, there are only 5 women with beauty. 5 women. That's all I can find, 5. I only can find 5 women. This is why I knew basically that you're not really arguing anything at all. But I'll you know what? I'll enable you. I'll go along with it.
Yeah, I mean, if he wanted to have 100%, then he should have 100% did this himself.
That's true.
It is called the Kountry Wayne podcast. I don't look like Kountry Wayne, but you're going to
Right, we did.
So in other words, they're saying Wayne should have just do it himself if they want 100%, but them demanding 50%. I hope y'all are listening to the nonsense. These are entitled women who are with simps, and they're transferring that into the business world. That's what's going on.
Right. You know, so
50%.
I just think it's fair, honestly. 50%. I mean,
Wayne is going to flip the table over.
girl.
I mean that will make 10% each of us.
Right.
And then he gets the whole other half.
I mean, I know he gives his agents and managers percentages of everything, so why would we not get a percentage of everything? That's crazy. I mean, again,
that's a good point.
Yes.
Wayne's agents and managers are people who have managed different places. Wayne's agents are also people who basically bring value to Wayne's business, which means, let's say Wayne gets an agent who already basically is tapped into, for example, Live Nation, right? And if you know Live Nation, so Wayne's agent is able to take him and plug him into a system. That's what they're missing. Again, if you're not going to argue this from those standpoint, the girls them wrong, them excessively wrong. Them way off of them bunkers with what them are talking about. Trust me, they're way off of them bunkers. They bring no value. Them just tell you what the value is. Beauty. In other words, they're saying they're the 5 most beautiful women in the entire world, which means all 5 of them are Miss America. Every 5 of them are Miss America. You know what? Take that back. All 5 of them are Miss World and Miss Universe. They are the most beautiful women right now sitting in the world.
His fee is cool. I don't know any podcasts who start off just making money. You know, I know a lot of people, in this world. So that's
The fee is cool. which means nothing was ever wrong with the fee. So when Amber was telling the people that it was peanuts or that it was she was being paid cents or whatever she was talking about, she was lying. Because now the fee is cool. Her words, not mine. I'm just make me break this down so y'all can see it, only can get what's going on.
Owners, though, when you hire hosts, you should get a nice.
Well, it's not bad. The fee is.
Well, I think that this is
The fee is not bad. The fee is, look who is saying this. The fee is not bad. Make sure no marking that on the mind. Which means the people that will make it look like Wayne is robbing them, Wayne is not robbing them.
Kountry Wayne that we're talking about, and he speaks about being real, and and he talks about a lot of business where people look to him more so business more than his comedian side. Mm-hmm. So how can we sit on a podcast talking about like we're bosses and we're boss babes and this, that, and the third, and we don't even have our business together on the end?
Right, not being
and we're
bosses
letting somebody sucker us. Like no way.
Well, I know what I want, and it's the money. I'm trying to make as much money as possible. Like I want to run it up. So let's run through all these lines and make sure we're getting the maximum.
Yeah, I think 50% is.
I love how Lauren becomes like the oddball out, but she's not the oddball out. It's very interesting.
What? I agree.
Okay, we just want some
With
input.
what?
Right, you said that.
Right, with what? I agree with everything. Okay, if anything, I'm feeling it worse than y'all because I'm starting to realize that this really is crazy. So, but I'm with you guys for real. Just because he's my man doesn't mean that I can't disagree with something, and I definitely do.
And just in case he's not your man much longer, you want to make sure you leave with something.
For sure.
I'm leaving here with something.
Something.
Well, I mean, you know about that since you don't have a man anymore, right?
I mean, there's plenty.
Oh, hold on. Is that a shot at the men that whoever it is have? Oh. So the man war continues basically.
In this
How did
world,
we
oh my
get here?
God.
How did we get here? Back to the business.
Anyways, I agree. So, I'm with y'all.
Okay, you say so. But yeah, I think 50%.
Yeah.
I think that's more than I think that's fair.
Okay. We're doing a lot of work.
For sure.
We're doing a lot of work. Yeah.
They're doing a lot of work. They want to be paid and they want 50% share of the business. I'm very intrigued to hear how y'all look at this. I want to see what happens in the comments, right? When as I go through and do my thing, but as I read as I go along, I'm interested to hear how people think of all of this. 50%. In other words, let's say Wayne gets a brand deal for year one of $100,000. They want $50,000 out of that. Let's say he gets a brand deal of year two of another 100,000. Then want 50,000 out of that as well. Let's say he gets a brand deal out of year three. They want $50,000 out of that as well, which would mean, I want to look at the implications, which would mean Wayne would make $150,000 over 3 years out of those brand deals. Okay? He would make he would make that 150 out of those brand deals. Now, Wayne is already $240,000 in the hole. Minus 150 from 240, and it gives you what? About $90,000? I think that's what it gives you. In other words, even if Wayne were to get a brand deal of 100 grand for 3 years straight, he would still come out in the hole at the end of year three. And these girls would have come out much better than him because look at how they would come out. Each of them would make $10,000 per year, right? Based on what it is. Well, it's what, 5 of them, right? $10,000 per year, okay? Which would basically look at, so 10 one year, 10 the next year, 10 the other year. They would make $30,000 on top of the fee that they're now getting. So Wayne gets all of the risk and them get nothing at all. And then let's just say they leave the podcast. He doesn't make anything from them. Let's say them leave the podcast and I forget 5 fresh girls. He gets nothing off of them. Are you sure Wayne is all for himself? You sure? Are y'all just basically doing what you always do, which is the default siding with Amber because she says something? I'm watching it all, you know, because I realize that people get default these days. And the brain going on default. If Amber says something, it's gospel. It's, give me a take. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to you soon.